How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today, we're going to be covering quite a few different things. We actually got a lot of things on our hands. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit weird. My voice is still a little bit rusty and a little bit like, well, not on point yet. It's not on point yet because of the streams we had a few days ago. But I'll be live streaming after this video goes up, actually. I'll be live streaming throughout the next few days. Just kind of like, going through a bunch of the stuff, a bunch of theories and stuff, talking about the videos I've been doing and all that stuff. But yeah, you're going to have a bunch of content coming your way very soon, though. So stay tuned for that. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have today, guys? Well, basically, we're going to be talking about difficulty in Sword and Shield. Because seemingly, we might have now on our hands one of the more difficult Pokemon games we've ever had. Like, actually one of the most difficult Pokemon games we've ever had. Maybe it's either that or we have a difficulty mode. And why do I mention this? Because there is an indication that's been made here, and a viewer actually noticed this, but I can't remember exactly who sent this my way. But shout out to whoever sent this my way. I just can't remember because I literally have too many things open here, and I can't remember exactly all of it. But a viewer sent this my way and told me, like, hey, notice there's something interesting here. There seems to be like some sort of difficulty spike within the upcoming games. Like there seems to be like some sort of like escalation within the difficulty, seemingly, like something's going on here, and I'm kind of inclined to agree with it, because honestly there seems to be so many things here that it seems to point towards that. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, which is this right here. Now this is an image from the first gym against Mailloux, and Mailloux is the grass type gym leader, which is the buff guy. I'm actually gonna get a picture up of him right here so you guys can see who I'm talking about if you don't know, because some people maybe haven't even seen the trailer yet and all that stuff. But let's see, here we go. So we got Mailloux right here. Now, Mailloux is the grass-type gym leader. We can just read a little bit about him here. So, Mailloux is one of the gym leaders of the Galar region. He has a kind heart and is well-liked by the trainers of his gym. His credo is to always enjoy battles and specialize in endurance matches during grass-type matches using grass-type Pokemon, not during grass-type Pokemon. And you can see right here, you're challenged by Mailloux, and one of the Pokemon he has here is Eldegoss. And you can see right here as well, you have Eldegoss. Now, you might be asking yourself, like, okay, so what here is pointing towards this being more difficult? Is it like, what specific thing is pointing towards that? Like, what's the indication? How do you know that? And ladies and gentlemen, what makes me believe it is going to be a difficult game is the level of the Pokemon. You might make the argument, but okay, why does that matter? Like, why does that matter if the Pokemon is, level 19? Why is that an issue? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the highest level of a Pokemon we've had across the board when it comes to Pokemon in the first gyms. Now, to prove this, I'm going to go through all the previous gyms we've had in Pokemon and kind of run through them. Now, I'm going with the mainline games only, so not going to be counting any, like, remakes and stuff, pretty much, because I'm not sure how those really work. But when we look at the actual gyms right here, so the first gym in Gen 1 is, of course, Pewter City Gym, and you got Brock. Now, in Red, Green, and Blue, Brock has a Geodude at level 12, and a Onix at level 14, right? And of course you have the junior trainer before him, which I think is like pretty easy to take on. It's got a level Diggle level 11 here, and Sancho apparently. And then this will, of course, it differentiates between the games. Like, if you go here to Fire Red Leaf Green, it's level 12 still and level 14. But, these guys, like, right here, this guy's got a bit of a different team, Geodude and Chantru, which I think up here was like, was it the same up here? No, here was Diglett, see? So, my point is, look at the levels, right? Way, way, way lower. Even here, in the latest Pokemon, is like, Red and Blue, like, remake, so to say, or Yellow remake, Geodude is level 11, and Onix is level 12 in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go. Also, sorry if I'm, like, my eyes are really weird. I'm kind of freaking out, because there's been, like, a bunch of bees outside my window, so I'm kind of losing my shit just trying to, like, think about that, and just trying not to lose my shit about, like, worrying. So, here you have, okay, the general level is between 12 and 14. Way below 19, okay? Way below this one. So that's one gym. Then you're like, okay, but what about Gen 2? Okay, Gen 2 is Falkner. Now, Falkner in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and oh, by the way, shout out to Bulbapedia, because this is the information from them, is level 7 and level 9, which I'm not sure, like, this seems a little bit odd, but I guess that's what the levels were. It's kind of hard to remember that that's actually what it was. And you can see right here, in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, it's level 9 and 13. Way lower, and that's also mainly because, like, in Gold and Silver, you reach the gym somewhat, like, fast as well, and there's so many Pokemon to catch along the way and stuff like that, so I guess it makes sense for them to be kind of low, but it's still a little bit weird, if I'm going to be honest. Like, these are my favorite Pokemon games, but I could barely remember the levels, so it's kind of unique. But You got there again. Look at that, 9 and 13, way below 19. Okay, way below. Next games. Okay, Ruby Sapphire, Gen 3. Okay, we've gone Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. Okay, here's a little bit higher level. Okay, we got Geodude level 14 and Nosepass level 15. And also you'll notice here that it's kind of interesting. The first gym was like rock type. The second gym was flying type. The third gym is rock type again. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Okay, so first gym here, Rustboro gym with Roxanne, and she's got a Jude level 14, Nosepass level 15, clearly lower than 19, lower than level 19, clearly. Next gym, of course, is going to be the Oriborg gym with Roark, who has a bit of a different team, a little bit larger team, like an extra Pokemon, because you'll notice these previous ones here, we usually had 2 Pokemon, for the most part, like you'll notice, like, you know, 2 Pokemon here, 2 Pokemon here, and 2 Pokemon here. Now we have 3 Pokemon, but again, they're still way lower levels. You'll notice it's level 12, 12, and 14. 12 Geodude, 12 Onix, and 14 Krandos. And with the youngsters as well, they're pretty low levels, like with Geodude, Onix, level 8, level 10, level 8, level 8. Pretty low levels, not too crazy, nothing like that, you know, pretty straightforward, right? Now, next thing, okay, is going to be Gen 5. Now, Gen 5 is a little bit different because you actually have Chili and those guys to take on in black and white. And their levels are pretty low as well, actually. I think we go back here, I think we can actually actually no, this is just Sharon's friggin' page, but if you look here at, like, you know, him, when you take him on in the base version of the game, it's between 10 and 11 and 12 and 13, and even in the challenge mode version of Black and White 2, they're only about 12, 12, and 14, and I mean, I think Chili and the other guys who use like what are they called again? Simisear and all those, like the monkey Pokemon, they're pretty low as well. I know that for a fact. They're not like level 19 or even 17 or anything like high. Very low, pretty much. Same thing there. And then we have Gen 6, okay? And here we have Surskit level 10 and Pavilion at level 12 against the Santa Luna gym and Viola. So, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, notice, this is a way higher level. The average level here seems to be between like 12 and 14, right? Like, maybe here you have, like, Nosepass level 15, and here you have Krandos, like, level 14, but all the other ones, like, we have none here that are level 15 besides, like, you know, we have 14, sorry, Onix 14, no 15 besides, like, the Nosepass. That's about it. That's the only one that's got level 15. So, ladies and gentlemen, what this indicates to me is that seemingly it will be that the gyms will be slightly harder. Now, does this indicate that there's going to be higher difficulty? No, because there is a possibility that the reason the gym is slightly higher is because before you reach the gym, and if you look at the Pokemon Sword and Shield map here, actually, if we go and search it up, the Galar region here, if you look at the actual map of Galar region, if we can just find it, it's going to take a second to find that, Galar region map. If you look at it, there is a wild area, which is the open world area, where you can catch a bunch of Pokemon. There is that sort of area before you reach the gym, right? In the starting town, before the starting town, like after the starting town and stuff. So there's a possibility that that's the reason we won't be able, you know, we won't see it in that same manner. So let's open up a picture here and show you the actual map. So you see right here, the starting town is at the bottom, right there. There's the starting town, and then right up here you have the open wild area, and then here is the first gym. There is Mailloux's gym. There's the grass type gym right there. And even have open world areas in this area up here as well, right? More open world right here, open space, and open space down here, open wild areas, and who knows, maybe an open wild areas up here, who knows. But it seems like 2 wild areas specifically, and probably like 1 smaller one up here. Again, so that indicates that clearly you're going to be having a lot of time to like catch Pokemon, battle Pokemon, level Pokemon, you know, level up Pokemon along the way before you reach before you even reach the first gym. Honestly, it feels like it's gonna be so much more before you even get there, which is kind of like very unique, if I'm gonna be frankly honest. So it gets me interested, man. It gets me very interested and very like intrigued about like how this is all gonna work out. But that's that one. So clearly something's going on here, guys, and I think we can definitely expect these games to be somewhat more difficult. You know, somewhat more of a difficult spike will happen in these games than what we've seen in the past, and I think that can definitely be established. Though there is a different thing here though that we should keep in mind, and that's actually when you take your starter Pokemon, you'll notice that if you choose the starter Pokemon, you'll get the superiority against your rival, and your rival being Hop, being the new rival. If you can see him right here, if we go down to Pokemon of trainers of the Galar region, right here, Hop is your rival. He's Leon's younger brother, of course, and as you may notice here, when you're taking on Hop, he uses Grookey, whereas if you choose Scorbunny, I mean, of course, he's going to use Grookey, which is the weaker version against you, and I guess if you choose, if you choose Grookey, he's going to use Sobble. If you you choose Sobol, he's gonna use, wait, let me see, yeah, Score Bunny. So it seems like you're going to have a type advantage, at least, against your rival, which is interesting. But then, of course, there's that leak, and the leak specifically said there's going to be, like, another rival against you, one more rival, like, because it won't be a singular one, and that other rival is going to have the third Pokemon, which is going to be strong against you, and that guy's going to be a bit more of a douchebag. So I think it's kind of going to get a bit of the best of the both worlds, like, best of both worlds, honestly. I think that's what we're going to have in our hands here, ladies and gentlemen, which is kind of intriguing and very interesting. So I'd love to know in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts, what are your opinions about this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. My name is RuffledRowlit. Have yourselves a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.